And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks. And this is the time when I tell you all about upcoming events. And I want to remind you that if you go to the clevelandchamber.com website, up in the upper left-hand corner, there's an icon that says One Calendar, One Community, or maybe it says One Community, One Calendar. Anyway, and you can go on there and see what all's happening, and you don't have to be a chamber member to list your activities on that calendar. You just simply fill it out and submit it, and they will get it on the calendar. So I'm here today to tell you about some things you may not know about that's happening. You know, last weekend, folks, was just crazy. We had something every minute of every day last weekend. This weekend is Labor Day weekend. We that live on the river commonly refer to this as the closing day of the river. There will still be boats out after Labor Day, but a lot of people who don't live on the river but keep their boats over there or this and that, they usually just close it up and call it a day. And so this is Labor Day weekend, so I hope everybody will be safe and enjoy their Monday off. Most people do have Monday off, and so I hope you enjoy that. I'm taking Monday off. Now, the next weekend, which is September the 8th, it's jam-packed again. It's kind of like last weekend was. Okay, so let's start at 7:30 in the morning next Saturday, and that would be the McDonald Black Fox Ruritan breakfast at the Ruritan Clubhouse in McDonald. Very good breakfast. They have eggs and bacon and biscuits and gravy and hash browns, and then they have all kinds of little side dishes that are just wonderful. The breakfast is $6. It's very interesting. This time of year, there will be some candidates. Earlier in the summer, there were candidates before we had the August election, and there's a November election coming up, so there'll be some candidates there. It's a great place to network. It's a great place to just sit and enjoy a really good breakfast for just $6. So that's going on, and they start at 7:30 and go to about 10, I think. So I used to get there about 8:15 and have a really good breakfast. Now, also, Cleveland's Got Talent is going to be that evening in the George R. Johnson Theater at Cleveland State, and that will begin at 7 o'clock. And so you'll see some of our contestants. They had to audition for this, so you'll see who won the auditions and who's going to be on the stage. And I don't know who any of those people are. Maybe I should make a phone call and find out. All right, and then Saturday the 8th, September the 8th, we're going to be into September, folks, just right now, is the Cowpea Festival. And Melissa Woody was on with me in the last show and told you all about the Cowpea Festival. It's in the Charleston Park, and it is free admission, but there's a $5 fee to park. Now, that's a carload of people can park for $5. It's not $5 a person, $5 a carload. And you park because parking is very limited there at the park, and so they will park you. One option is they will let you park at Resolute, which we all know is Bowater, and they will shuttle you back and forth. And Melissa has assured me that the shuttles will run back and forth incrementally, not like you get there and you're going to have to stay all day. There will be a shuttle to take you back to your car. They have vendors. They have food vendors. The storytellers will be there. Bush Beans is one of the sponsors. Whirlpool will have stoves there. There's 5 chefs going to do cowpea recipes for you to taste. You can buy a spatula. You can get it early if you want to at the museum on Keith Street, or you can buy one there if there's any left. They do a limited number because the chefs have to know how many foods to fix for you all to taste, and you're the taster and you're the judge. And so that will be real interesting. They also have T-shirts, $15 a piece. And as Melissa reminded me at the last show, because I was shocked, this is the 7th annual Cowpea Festival. And it's a national Cowpea Festival because nobody else in the world has a Cowpea Festival. And Charleston has a Cowpea Festival because they used to be one of the cowpea capitals of the world. And when the train ran through Charleston, it always stopped there and loaded up with cowpeas to take to someplace else. So we're thrilled to death to have that part going on in the northern end of Bradley County. So get out there and support that. Then also, if you want to make a day of it, if you want to make a festival day of it, the 7th annual Fried Green Tomato Festival is in Nyota. So if you get on Highway 11 to go to Charleston, you stop there for a while, get back on Highway 11, go north, go through Athens, and your next stop would be Nyota. It's from 9 to 6, and they're going to have basically the same thing. They're going to have music. Oh, by the way, Cowpea Festival is going to have music. The Fried Green Tomato Festival will have music. children's activities. There'll be vendor booths and of course fried green tomatoes. So you can. The Cowpea Festival has its own website, cowpeafestival.com, and the fried green tomatoes are on the www.facebook.com/NIOTA events. So there's both of those festivals for you to do Saturday. Next Saturday, not this Saturday. This Saturday's Labor Day weekend. We're all going to proper feed up and enjoy it. Now, also on the 8th will be Light the Night Against the opioid crisis we have going on, and that's from 6 to 8. It's a Greenway stage. It's a community gathering to shed light on the opioid crisis. Now, moving on out from that weekend, on September 15th at Bradley High School, we will have the East Cleveland School Reunion. And it will be a social with a video at 6 o'clock, and a meal is to follow. Now, they have tickets for the meal. Folks, you don't know how many people to cook for if you don't know how many tickets are sold. So you're going to have to buy a ticket prior to the event so they'll know how many of you they need to feed. And you can get your tickets in advance at the Town Squire. They're $15. Or you can call Margaret Baker at 339-0957 or Diane Mason at 715-1950. And they can get you tickets to that event. And that will be September the 15th. And the reason I say it's important, folks, you can't go expecting to eat if you didn't purchase a ticket ahead of time because they won't have any food for you. And that's what's always hard about anything where you serve food is knowing how many people are coming. Now, the Mayfield Corn Maze is going to open on September 22nd, and it'll be open from 11 to 9 every day. And it's located on Highway 257, Highway 307 in Athens. And a lot of you all have done this corn maze, and you say it's great. There's also a corn maze, I believe, in Polk County. I need to find out more about that so I can get you some information on that one. Then the Mount Olive Quilt Show, I say that every time. It's the Common Thread Quilt Show in the Mount Olive Family Life Center out on Harrison Pike. This is a great show, folks. The admission is $3. It's a 2-day event from 9 until 4. Oh, I'm so glad they've done that with the hours this time because, that 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock was kind of tough for those of us. Vendors can be there. I always set up, from the Red Ribbon, I always set up a vendor booth. There will be quilts that you will not believe people have made. They are absolutely gorgeous. And they're just all over the walls, and there's racks in between separating booths and everything. It's fantastic. And they do have juried judges that come in and judge the quilts, different areas that they judge on, and they do give, blue ribbons. And but then they also have best of show that you get to vote on, but that's what that $3 is for. That gets you an admission and gets you a judging sheet so that you can go around and you know exactly which quilt is there, who made it, anything, any description about it. So that is a great show, folks. They do breakfast in the morning there. I'm going to assume they're still going to do that, even though they're not starting until 9. And then lunch. And they also have a table of baked goods that the gals at the Common Threads Quilt Club make, cakes and pies and cookies and candies, and it's fantastic. So, and it's about the right time, too, right before the fall season comes in, and you can get these cakes and freeze them and then have them for Thanksgiving. So that is September 28th and 29th. I will try to get one of those ladies. Maybe I can get Marilyn Dunn or one of the ladies on with me to talk about that. Now, going into October, folks, a biggie. October 13th and 14th at the Russell Regional Airport in Rome, Georgia, which is just down the road from us, folks. It's the 2018 Wings Over North Georgia Air Show, and the U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor will be there, and A-10 Thunderbolt II demonstration team. And tickets are available online for this one at www.wingsovernorthgeorgia.com. And all of those words are capitalized. Capital W on Wings, capital O on Over, capital N on North, and capital G on Georgia. So it's wingsovernorthgeorgia.com. And that's a fantastic show, folks. And like I say, Rome, Georgia is not that far away from us, and it'd be a great trip for you to take. Now, I want to also remind you that the Veterans Honor Guard are looking for volunteers, and I had them on the show with me not long ago, maybe a couple of months ago. Might have been early this summer. And if you're interested in volunteering, and they could really use you, because some days they have had 2 and 3 veterans' funerals in a day. And oftentimes they're at the National Cemetery in Chattanooga. And then you come back to Bradley County for a funeral, and then you go back to Chattanooga. So numbers are 423-284-5224, and that is Roy Smith, and then John Thomason, 423-476-2042. They did tell me that you do not have to be a veteran to participate in this. But I know there are some veterans out there. I'm thinking about Joe Davis. I'm thinking about you and some other people that have retired now and might have a little bit extra time and really should maybe sign up to do that. Then also, I had Gerald Hodge from Overhill in here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the Hiwassee River Rail. This is something my son wants to do. He's never ridden on a train. I grew up riding on a train, but I'm going to try to find us one of these trips to take. You can go to TV Rail, Tennessee Valley Rail, tvrail.com, and you can see all their schedules. There's half-day runs. There's shopping runs. It's a great event, so just check it out. TV and T and V are capitalized, and so is the R in rail, tvrail.com. And that's a great event, great activity. If you've never ridden the train, folks, really you should do it. I wish they still had passenger trains. I know they have Amtrak, but, you know, that's just in certain locations. Because I grew up with my granddaddy working for the railroad, and we used to ride the train from Etowah to Knoxville to the football games. So that way you didn't have to worry about parking. You just got a cab and went over to the field. So that's a great event for you to check on and take kids. And then they have the Santa events coming up starting in November, and Santa and Mrs. Claus and the elves, and there's a story, and there's hot chocolate and all kinds of things for them. So if you have younger children, that would be a great event for them. Maybe if I had taken my 50-year-old son then, he wouldn't want to go now, but I'm going to try to get this planned. And then I told you that the Cleveland Pops is preparing for their 2018-19 season, and I have Miss Sarah Pearson, who is the conductor, that's going to come on with us, I think one day next week, if not next week, the next week, to tell us about their season and what they have planned. They have 5 concerts planned. 4 of them will be in the George R. Johnson Performing Arts Center at Cleveland State, and the 5th one will be out on the Greenway Park. And that's usually been their Memorial Day weekend concert, and it's awesome. Last year it was rained out, and I really hate that because they do all this wonderful patriotic music, and it is so super. And let me remind you all of the Senior Activities Center is open for citizens 55 and over with daily activities. And if you get the banner, there's a calendar in there once a month that tells you everything that's going to happen out there. It's at 230 Urbane Road, just off of Stewart Road, and you can phone 559-2171 for more information. And Alex, of course, my producer, and he's a great guy. He's a junior at Walker Valley, and he's in the work-study program, so I kid him a lot because I did run over a little bit with the first guest, but he's looking at me right now like, yes, you did. But anyway, we've gotten the whole show in today, and we're great. So I just want to remind you about the Bradley Essential, which is published by the Cleveland Daily Banner, and you can pick these up at several different locations. And here you see our retiring Mayor Tom Rowland, and I may try to get him on after he retires and let him tell us what life as the mayor of the beautiful and fantastic city of Cleveland is like. So, folks, for today on Nancy's Neighborhood, it's been a great day, and I wish you all the best. So, bye-bye from now.